You're live, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talking Chickens with M&M Exhibition Poultry. This is episode number 38. Today with us we have a junior exhibitor, Mr. Nate Cauthorne from the great state of, is it North Carolina or Virginia? Which one you from?
Virginia.
Virginia. There you go.
He's,
Grew up
he's
close to
Yeah.
the
above
border.
North Carolina.
Yeah, above
Oh
North
yeah.
Carolina.
Yep, yep. Little bluer around there, but that's all right. We're going to talk to you
Yeah.
anyway.
He ain't gotta be worried about me being blue, so
All right, Nate, we'll get to you here in just a minute. Matt, what have we got? We got a few corrections and a few things we
Yes,
followed on the last, or
I
missed
guess
out on the last episode.
I was still tired yesterday when we was on, but I did forget to mention. I said light brown leghorns. Don Schrader brought me dark brown leghorn bantams. That's what I wanted, and that's what I got.
Yep.
And then the other one
Oh, I
was
missed
I completely forgot to mention ADM Feeds. We thank them. They're the feed company that actually sponsors the hobby. So not only do they sponsor the Ohio National and several poultry shows around the country, but they sponsor the ABA, the APA, and Melanie Avengers is the big boss there, and Dave Driggers and Dave Snyder were at the show, working the booth over there, getting people to try their feed, and they're always looking for ways to help the fancy. They're one of the few feed companies that actually lets us formulate the feed. So we've had some input on some of the feed formulas, and they seem to be well received. So we just wanted to make sure we give them a plug. And I completely forgot. I did get to. I've talked to Melanie on the phone and emailed her many times, but I never got to meet her in person. And we had a great discussion there about how things are going in the feed business and some things we need and some things that we could change. So thanks, ADM. We appreciate you. I noticed there's lots of champions on both champion rows that are ADM customers. Uh-oh, we lost Nady.
That's right. He'll be back.
He must have. I don't know. Did you have anything else? That's all I really had to correct
Well,
from
an
yesterday.
ADM is pen pals. So
There
there
he's
you go.
back.
There you go. He's back. What'd you
can't
do, Nate?
hear. Okay, hold on.
All right, Mom, getting tuned up. Oh, now he's on. You on? Nope. Now you're gone.
There
Now
we
you're
go.
back. Can you hear us?
Um,
We can hear you.
why did your dad call me?
Ah, we're on the phone.
Yeah, sometimes when the calls come in, they'll disconnect you.
Hang on here.
Go all the way out. There you go. Go all the way out and come back in.
All right. Yeah, we can't say enough about ADM and David and that whole crew. Yeah, I'm going to add him back up.
Back up. We're
There, we
sorry.
got you.
Sorry.
Nope, you're all right. We
That's all
we
right.
have those difficulties at times.
Yep. Especially
Sometimes when
when
you're
you're
on
on
the
the
phone,
phone.
if you got a call coming in, it'll bump you.
Yeah.
All right, Nate. I think we're ready for you. Give us a little thing. Tell us how old you are and a little background on how long you've been showing and about your family. You know about Dad and Grandpa
Mm.
and just kind of what your interest is. So you just take off and go, young man.
Well, I'm 13. I've probably been showing 7 years. Really got into it when Papa gave me some black Langshan chicks. But I got my first chicken from John Miles, as y'all, everybody pretty much knows him. It was a BB Red cockerel, Old English, Bantam. Uh, we went on with him, and I didn't show him none. And then we have a little like trading area around the house, and everything that John didn't sell came to the house. And then I got a pair of silver duckwing from John. Uh, I went to my first show with a pullet I raised off of that pair. Best old English of the and show, but didn't go no farther. Um, then when I got older, I had the fool for the old English for for a few years actually. Then sadly when Dick Stevens passed away, Dad got the hamburgers from Brian Knox, which thank you to him because that's what got kick started with us going back to all the shows. Um, Then that's when my papa, as y'all all know, Douglas Cauthorne, he gave me some black Langshan chicks, which came from Tim Ballinger. He's out of West Virginia, and I went on to raise a very nice cockerel out of the chicks. Showed him a couple places. Had grand champion of the show, reserve grand champion of the junior show at Virginia, and went on to win a couple large fowl and reserve large fowls off of him. Then I went on to get and a big anaconda, big roscoe anacondas, large fowl. Did a little winning with them. Then I really got into the bantam breeds, which I went from. I got the white rocks from Papa. Uh, I raised them. Did a lot of winning with them. Uh, then I went off with the moderns, which y'all all see. John gave Vic Sturman, which thanks Vic for giving me 2 breeder pair to start off with, and raised a couple of them. And then we're going back to Tim Ballinger on the white leghorns. I got a couple chicks out of those, and raised them up. They all looked good, and I got the moderns and the white leghorns are at my papa's, but I help him, so he gave me a couple chicks of them too. And I got raised up at Pullet that y'all saw at Ohio, and
Yeah,
raised
tell
all
them
the
what you want
moderns.
down there.
Yeah, and that's and then the moderns. Um, then I went off at Delaware, the Delmarva show, and got big white leghorns, which goes back to some of your stock, Matt.
That's what I hear.
And
Got them from Mr. Sando.
yeah, Mr. Bill Sando, thank you to him. And it's been great with the moderns and the little leghorn winning at Ohio. I was very pleased with what I did at Ohio.
That's a pretty tough class. Plus, you also had
Yeah.
reserve modern with the black.
And reserve modern with the black, and it was the modern national. So if I got best of variety out of all those blacks. So I would have been happy if I didn't go nowhere else.
Yep, you did good. And those leghorns, I talked to your dad, and those leghorns actually go back to Mr. Frank Harris. So I guess it just lives down the road.
Yeah.
So
He lives
they
in
got back to
Beaverdale.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, good deal.
Yeah, good deal. I know we've known Nate for quite a while now, probably since he started. So he's we have lots of fun with him. He's one of our better clerks for only being 13 years old. He knows what to do and how to get in there and get the job done. So I always enjoy having him clerk for me, and he helped me a little bit on Saturday there when Emily had to go do other stuff. So thanks for that. You got to see lots of birds, lots of good birds, some not so good.
Yeah.
So Nate, how's the experience been so far being a junior exhibitor?
It's been actually I'm very what's the word I'm looking for? Fortunate to have a lot of the good chicken people around me like Dougie, John, and Ross Keith is y'all if y'all know him, Ross Keith. Um and it's been very well with them helping me out and all that. But it's been very well. I've done a lot of winning and I've done a lot of losing too.
They go
Hey, you
together.
got to go to Canada this year. How was that
Got to
trip,
go.
buddy?
Whew. It was very well. There was a lot of good stuff there. It was very good. I had a fun time with Mike out there, and my buddy Eddie Blash. Congratulations to him with that turkey. You don't see that often.
Nope, he did good with his turkey.
Yeah, they go with the turkey, and it was a very good experience to go out there and see the shows they have and go across state lines.
International.
Or international lines, you know what
Oh yeah.
You got
mixed
to
up
see the
there.
falls too. I
Yeah,
heard.
got to see the Niagara Falls. That was a very good place to go look at to see all the water, the mist, and all that stuff.
Good deal. Good deal. Yep. John kind of takes you around, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's my place to get around all these places. So thank you to him and Brandy for
Yep.
taking me everywhere.
Yeah. Well, if they didn't like you, you wouldn't go. So
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah, you're a good kid, man.
So, what's your favorite thing about all this crazy chicken show business, Nate?
I like the people. The people you meet in the showing, they're very nice people. I like going around showing chickens and we're just in it for the fun. I'm not in it to go out there and win everything. We're just me, Dad, and Doug. We're just in it to have fun. I mean, some people take it way too seriously, and I think it's just you just get in it to have fun. That's the
What
way
I
to
tell
do it,
you,
in my
never
opinion.
expect nothing, and you won't be disappointed.
Yep, that's right.
Well,
Yep.
good deal.
You got to take the good with the bad, and you're right. The people are what make it,
Yep.
and you're going to find out as you get older, because you can be well. Get to be our age, you'll even be in it longer than we have, that you build up those friendships and different ways that you learn more about how to interact with people and how to talk and that it's not the end all, man. You got to have fun there. And I'll say for you, you do have a lot of fun and you bring a lot of fun to the rest of us. Always good seeing you. Always good, you know, you giving me crap every now and then. That's a good thing. That's a good thing because I can
And
give it back.
he needs that,
Yeah.
doesn't he, Nate?
Yeah. He
Well, one
do
thing
love
about it
it.
is we have a lot of
Yeah,
fun and we eat good.
Yeah, we eat good. I know
we
that.
eat good.
And the chicken show season, I gain all the weight. Then on the off season, I gotta lose it all so I can gain it the next year with y'all.
There you go.
There you
And when
go.
you get our age, it just keeps piling on.
Oh yeah.
Just maintain. Good deal. So what's next? Where you going next?
We're probably going. We got to set up the Virginia show this weekend where the coach and national is, and we got to set that up this weekend, and that's next weekend. So I'm probably showing some moderns in the open show there, and see how we do there. I hope we do good, but you can't hope in the chicken world. But then we're going to I think Knoxville's after that.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah, we're probably going to Knoxville. Probably showing moderns in the junior show there, and probably maybe the little white lagging if she still holds up for the battle. But you never know with her; she could drop fellas any day.
That's the way they do.
Yeah,
What
They
they
usually
do.
do it after you enter it.
yeah,
But
that's
nope,
how they do it.
she looked good on Champion Row. We got up there on Saturday at Columbus, that's for sure. And then your modern looked nice too. Your modern actually looked better up on Champion Row than I thought over in the cage. So sometimes they do that to you. They get over in a different situation and they perk up a little bit. So
Yeah,
he was going to town over there because that female was next to him.
yeah.
What was your
Uh,
favorite thing about Columbus? I know there's a whole lot to do down there.
Columbus, at Columbus, it's you don't go there to win. You go there to have a good time. Columbus, anything could happen there. You don't go there to win. You go there to have a really good time. See a lot of people that you don't get to see out of some parts of the year because you don't go to shows out their way. And I like going. I mean, just talking that night at the hotel room at the hotel lobby. I mean, you just get to talk to people that you don't get to see every year. I mean, a lot of times out of the year, the shows you go to,
Yep.
Yep.
and it was a win-win. I got to talk to the people and had stuff up on Champion Row.
Yep.
That's always a
Yep.
good day.
That's a
Yeah.
good day. It's a real good day. It's such a big place. That's it.
Yes.
A lot of people your first time there, especially, excuse me, they can be intimidating just for the sheer size of
Yeah.
it.
That's a very
And
big show.
and then when you find out, you look back and so and so was there, and you think, how did I miss them? Well, it's
Yeah.
easy to miss everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's all according to where you are, and if you're real busy, like we were this weekend, you just don't see you don't see everybody you would like to see, and then and on your way to see them, you get stopped by somebody else that you wanted to see, and next thing you know, you forgot where you was going,
Yep.
and you find yourself someone else thinking, "How did I get here?" So yeah, you're right.
It's always that the trip to the bathroom, that first one on Friday, it was an hour and a half before I finally got to the bathroom because I got stopped about 15 times for this or that. So yeah, it's always great. And I know I never seen Jeff Schenk the whole weekend, and he was there. I know he was there, but because I seen him getting his award on the video. So
Yep.
it's amazing. And both those buildings, did you get to go to the art auction, Nate?
Yeah, I did. I didn't have too much money in my pocket to buy all that good stuff.
Neither did we.
Neither.
probably a
There was a
good
lot
thing.
of
They
there was a lot of cool stuff there. I mean, the shilling pictures. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they did a very good job with the standard back then. I mean, that man had a lot of talent to make those chicken pictures to what they were.
Yep,
yeah, I agree.
it's a once in a lifetime. You're probably going to never see that many of them all
No.
together like that. So, and a couple of your dad's breeds, the blue Andalusians, and I've never seen them, other than at Claw's house when he had them. But those are the only ones of those I had ever seen. So that was kind of neat to
Yeah.
see him go to homes. He wanted them to go to chicken people, and that's exactly what happened. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Dad's had those for all I remember. And like I
Yeah,
said, sadly, when Dick passed away, Brian gave Brian gave Ross a call and and told him he wants Dad to have the hamburgers, and that's pretty much what
yeah,
kick started when we got the hamburgers. But it really started when Dougie and Ross were a kid, and they wanted to start doing it. And y'all all know Tommy Stanley.
mhm.
And Tommy took Dougie and Ross under his wing and helped them along the way with all the breeds and all that. So it's a tradition of the family, and I'm very lucky to have that in the family.
I'm sure they're very happy that you like it. That's
Yeah.
the Mike and I. Emily's always liked it, and now I got a granddaughter, and she seems to be liking it. So that's always a good thing that you like this crazy hobby and want to go do it. But she liked getting away like you do and going out to eat every night,
Yep.
and going to a hotel and getting to swim and all that other stuff too.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, it's different. That's really good. Yeah, you're the silver spangled hamburgs and low end illusions, like that's two things you don't see very often, and you don't see very good ones very
No.
often. So it's
Yeah.
really neat that you got those there.
Yeah. And you do see some very good blue illusions, and you see some very good hamburgers at one time, at
Yep,
any time when you hatch them. But it's just they're a hard breed to get right. I've seen that
yep,
with Brandy and Dad. It's a hard breed to have everything right on them.
yep.
Yep,
That's
got
why you do it, man.
a lot of
Yeah.
stuff working against you. So what's the plans for the future, Nate? What do you want to do in this
Um,
hobby down the road?
I want to show, but everybody's been saying you better get your judging license. So maybe down the road I might get my judging license, and but I wanna take a little time to get the showing in before I get my judging license.
Well, you're going about the right way. You're picking up a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
it's always good when you want to do that down the road, is that you know a little bit about all the classes. So
Yeah.
you kind of got it spread around a little bit with leghorns
Yep.
and rocks and hamburgers and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So you get it in moderns, because
Yeah.
moderns is always a tough one to learn. And you had Old English, so that's a good deal. And you run with roars, so I bet
Yeah.
you, John. So I bet you know a little bit about Cornish.
Yeah. That
Yeah, that helps.
Cornish, they're not my favorite breed. I'd say if I ever had them, I like the darks more than the whites. The dark is a pretty color.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like the moderns because they're a tame kind of chicken that you can fool with them. I'm a hands-on person, so I like to fool with the chickens. I mean, the big white leghorns, if you fool with them too much, they stop showing, so I can't fool with them as much as I got the moderns. And you gotta fool with them to get them right, so
Yep, you
that's
got to
why I
get
like
them.
the moderns.
What's up? Well, how many points for station, Nate?
10 points for station.
Yep. So they got to go to station, don't they?
Yep. And then the Hamburgs, if you want to start with the point questions, the Hamburgs have more point. It's the Rosecombs and the Hamburgs have the point system on their heads.
Yep.
They gotta have they have some, I don't know how many points it is extra if they have the right head.
Yep. I think it's 30, isn't it, Mikey?
Yeah.
If
Well,
you add it all together, yeah.
If you add it all together, it's 30 points. Yeah. So, yeah. So you got to, and with that color pattern, it's
That
rough,
is
man.
yeah. And now Dad's got he had the Rosecombs for a couple years from Rick Hare and your boy that's been doing very good with him, Bill Patterson.
Yeah.
He's I like Bill. Bill's a very good man, as Rick. Rick's a very good man too.
They got snuck up on down there though. Rick was judging, but Eric Loans up from Wisconsin got in there on Champion Row or I guess it was reserve, wasn't he, Mike? Or he had best Rosecomb.
He had best
He had best Rosecomb breed with the breed.
He's taken his lumps from them two guys a lot, so it was kind of nice to see him have some success with his Rosecombs as well. But I knew your dad got some. That's a whole nother monster right there.
Yeah, yeah. And he's got the Rosecomb Anacondas from Joseph Marquette.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah, that's a fellow worms too.
Well, one thing we say about Dad, he don't never get nothing easy.
No, he don't back away from a headache. That's for sure. He just keeps running head on into it.
Yep.
Now that's a good thing. The Marquette he's dedicated a lot to those.
Yeah, and he's got some very good ones. He gave us He gave us all of his flock, and they were very nice. And we hatched some very nice ones out of them. So you should be seeing those some places.
Oh, that'd be cool. Because we had the
single combs for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a beautiful chicken.
Yeah, when they're right, that is. I like a speckled chicken when a spangled whatever and it's spangled, anything like that, it's pretty. It's a pretty chicken, like Diuckles, Millie Floor, Booty Bantam. When they have the right color, they're a pretty chicken.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
I like that Spangled Old English of Troy Vanoy's on Champion Row. I'm always amazed at his Spangles because I had them for a long time, but I never had any like Troy's.
Yeah.
Mine always had a big old white spangle on their earlobe, which wasn't good.
John had the Spangles, and the way they put his Spangles, they were the best out there you could get. So.
Yep. Yeah.
And I've seen this is the first few shows I've seen the Spangles at. Ohio, there was some. Troy LaRoche had some at Canada. He had one of those of Champion at Canada.
Yeah, he does have them.
Sure did. Yeah, that's his new project.
Yep.
He's a couple 3 years with it, but that's his new project. He's raised a couple good ones, but you wouldn't expect anything less from Troy. He's pretty good at what he does too.
Yes,
so
he is a very good chicken man, and actually, thank you to him too. He's helped me with the moderns a lot. He's a very good man. He's got some good moderns too. So
yeah.
And my opinion on it is the judges. They do a phenomenal job. But if you want to go talk about your breed with somebody, I think you should go to the breeder because they know it all about them.
Well, you're right, and like in moderns, I mean, you've got help from Vic, and you've got Troy, that are breeders, and then just everybody that are judges. I mean, if you don't do good with them, it'd be your own darn fault.
Yeah.
Of not assimilating that knowledge that you've got and putting it, and then you've got John and Dad and everybody to go back to ask.
Yeah. I've got a lot of. I'm fortunate to have a lot of those good chicken people in my life.
And you're not bashful. You're not afraid to ask a question. Some kids get a little bashful and intimidated by all this mess, but you're not. You go ask your questions and get the answer.
Hell,
it's the right one.
Hell, he intimidates me. What are you talking about? No, but that's the way to be. I've told the kids that, like in showmanship, you don't do showmanship that much. It never was my thing. It's not my thing
No.
to judge it. The showing is what I like. But I tell the kids, you have to present the information with confidence and be able to. You have to think on your feet. You have to ask good
Yep.
questions and answer good questions.
Yep.
And if you can do that, well, it's going to work the same way if you're going to go to college, if you're going to get a job interview, whatever. But I think that's a real good thing that most people don't correlate with showing chickens, but learning how to interact with people is really important in life, and it gets more and more important as all this technology and everything goes, and people know everything immediately when it happens. It's really good if you can give your opinions and convey your feelings about different things and answer questions on your feet, and you're really good at that.
Yep.
You're really good at that. That's a good
So what do
thing.
you think, Nate, we can do better in this hobby? What needs to improve?
I don't know. I think some. I'm not saying the chickens are junk. I think some of the quality of the chickens need to be better. That's just my opinion on it. I think the chickens need better quality. That's I mean, that's just one way to put it.
It's kind of a learning process. So you're very
Yeah.
blessed to start where you did because Grandpa, Dad, all of them,
Yeah.
Tommy, and all helped you along. Some people start from ground zero, so
Yeah.
they don't know they have bad
Yeah.
chickens like them people
Yeah.
that didn't have them chickens dubbed that we
Yeah.
looked at on set.
Yeah.
So it's a learning process. So they
Yeah.
learn a little bit every
Yeah.
time.
So
And
that's why I say I'm very fortunate to have those chicken people around me. They
Yep.
tell me you have people to tell you stuff. You can't be mad at people because they just start from ground zero. Yeah,
yep,
Oh,
that's why I say I'm very lucky to have these people around me.
yep.
yep, they're
Yep.
getting you at a little higher level right
Yep.
out the box.
Yep.
So
And
we're always going to have good ones, and we're always going to have bad ones. And I guess that's why they
Yep.
hire us um, to determine that.
yeah, don't talk us
Mhm.
out of a job, okay, Matt? Don't talk us out of a
Yeah,
job.
so
I heard y'all are coming to the Boston show next year.
yeah.
Yep.
Your buddy Eddie got us. So we found out that in October next year we're on a roll. We're going to be at Greenville, of course. Then Mike and I go to Florida. Then we get a week off, and then we go to
Boston.
we're going to Boston. That's the last part of the month. But we're going. Where's the other one, Mike?
No, we're
Oh,
going to
Arizona. We're going out there. We're going to
we're going to
Boston, then
Arizona.
Arizona.
Ooh,
So
that's a
Yeah.
we're
lot
So
doing
though.
like the whole country in 1 month.
Um, what show are you going to? Danny's show or Billy Groom's show out there?
we're going
We're
to
going to
Billy and Tom's.
Billy and Tom's a little farther down.
Oh, I
So,
got you.
Yeah.
yep.
Yep. Have you
And
ever been there?
Emily's going with
I've
us. So
never
she,
been more south than North Carolina. Cape Fear is the most south I've been to a show.
Well,
well, you
you
got
haven't
to
been there then.
get John and them to drag you down to Lakeland or Lake City to Danny and
Yeah.
Norma's show. It's always a good time. And
Whew.
just hadn't worked out in our schedule the last couple of
Yeah.
years, but we hope to get back because it's always good to get out of the snow and get down
Yeah.
in the warm weather.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's warm.
Next
And
year,
Tom and
y'all.
Billy's show is really good too.
Yeah.
Tom and Billy's show. That's it's a lot like Danny and Norma's, and that you can just relax and have a really good time there.
I
Plus,
got you.
guess what, Nate? Danny feeds us.
Oh,
When
yeah,
we
he
go to
does
his
feed
show,
us
he
now.
cooks up a big old pot of what do you call it? Rat chicken,
Rat and
rat,
rice, man. Rat and
rat
rice.
gumbo.
I
Yeah,
got
rat
you.
and rice.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's very good. So we always enjoy that trip too. So
Yeah. That
Yeah.
pot's bigger than Danny.
Whew.
yeah,
I mean, it's a big ass pot now. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yep, you gotta get tell John he's gotta get up out of that rut. Let's go.
Hey, I
Get your
can't
butt to
say nothing
Florida.
to him. He's
Yeah,
going
you
down
can.
to Dalton, Georgia this year. For
That ain't
he's judging
who's
Dalton this
judging?
year. Yeah.
judging
Nice.
Dalton. Yeah.
So
Yep.
Nate, what advice do you have for these new juniors just starting out? So we had Ashley
Um.
on. Ashley's
Yeah.
finishing. You're kind of in the middle, and we got a bunch of them that are just starting out. What do you need to tell them?
Um. The way with the junior show, I think it's a great way to get started in poultry in the junior show, cause the judges can actually teach you stuff in there, and you have some very good people out there that could easily help you too. It's chicken showing. You gotta be able to talk to people because that's how you gonna get most of your information by talking to these breeders out here. And the best way to start is you got to get the best of your breed. That's what I've been taught. That you want to get the best to start, and that's the way you start is to get your best, get the best of the breed. You go to Vic for the moderns. I mean John for the rocks, Dougie for the rocks. For the corners, John too. I mean, and if they wanted coachings, I'd steer them y'all's way. I know y'all got the good coachings and all that.
All right, good advice.
Good
So
advice.
we kind of preach that. Start with the best you can afford. It'll
Yep.
save you time down the road.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of heartache. A lot of heart. Not as many
But you know,
disappointments when
sometimes
you're
with
in there
them
mixing them
rare
up.
breeds, we got to start with crap and
Yeah.
build it up. So there's also that path.
Yeah, I mean, you got a couple different paths. I mean, if you got somebody with that breed, you can get the best. But like saying, I don't know, the buttercups,
There you go.
they're a hard breed. And that man, I don't know where he's from, but his buttercups are
Ohio.
getting good. His
Doug,
buttercups are getting
Ohio.
Hummel,
good.
yep.
Yeah.
Doug
Doug's
Hummel.
raised hundreds of them and promoted them at a great expense. So,
Yep.
and he does a lot with juniors. And I know Emily went and judged their essay contest, and every
I got
kid
you.
got a dozen eggs. And Lord knows there's buttercup there. When you go to the show, he's showing 40 of them.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the same thing with Ray Dillon and Bridget and everybody with white face black Spanish.
Yep.
They're really coming on too. So both those
Mhm.
clubs are kicking in.
Yep.
We're seeing a lot more of them and better quality. We had at Arkansas, we had a Spanish on Champion Row.
You had two
No.
Spanish on champion right there, didn't you?
We had on the it wasn't a Bantam,
No.
there was a large fowl and
Oh, I
it was
got
a
you.
dark
There's
brown Leghorn.
Oh, I got
Yeah.
you. I just lost what I was getting ready to say.
We do that all the time.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Damn, you're
forgot.
getting
I was
old.
getting ready to ask a question, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Hmm.
Um,
We dodged that bullet, Maddie. Forgot.
Yeah.
that's what I've been taught. You want to start with the best, but see where you come from with the rare breeds, you don't have many people in them.
Nope.
And
Nope.
that's y'all said Bridget. That Bridget is a very nice lady.
Yep.
She's got it all too. She's got everything. She's got.
She got a passion to drag that trailer from Montana to Arkansas to Columbus and back. So God
Yep.
love her. She's always been
Yep.
big promoter of the Mediterranean breeds. So all
Mhm.
the Leghorns and everything else. So God love her. And
Mhm.
it was a fun seeing her, and I'm glad she got to come this way because that's quite a commitment. And she did it by herself too.
Yep.
It's a lot of miles.
By
Lot of miles.
herself.
We were complaining about a 14-hour ride, and she just laughed at us.
Yeah. Yeah. She
How
didn't have
about
much
the?
passion for that. No
Yeah.
compassion for that.
Yep. How about the? Are y'all coming to Ohio next year, showing?
Oh yeah, we'll be there if the good Lord's willing. We don't miss usually, and it'll
Yeah.
be the APA National next year. So
Yeah, the APA.
you'll have to get a lot of them white Leghorns raised up to go win that one.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard process. That's why I say you go to Ohio, you just going to have a good time because anything could happen.
Well, raise a bunch of them and put them in the open class and drill Shank.
That's what I was getting
Tell them
ready
I
to
said
say.
so.
That's what I was getting ready to say. With those rare breeds, you gotta show a string of them to get for them. Any
Yeah.
bird, you gotta show a string of them
I
to
know.
get looked at. Cause sometimes you just get looked over when there's only one, and it could be the best one you have. But I've seen with Dad with the anacondas, he's only showing one here and there, and he just gets looked over every time because they doesn't pull the judge's eye to it.
No.
You gotta have a
You know
string. You
what,
gotta have a couple of them there.
you're a little young, but our old buddy George Schreffler, so he used to talk to us like we talked to you when we was your age, but he always said you got to show enough of them to make them judges work. Otherwise, they ain't gonna work. So he raised buff ducks, and when he would come to the show, he'd bring a whole slew of buff ducks, and nobody knew what they looked like but George showed enough of them they had to go look it up. So that is true. If you're going to show oddball stuff, George always said, make sure you put enough in there to make them look at them. And that's very wise, the wise comment. So you got to tell Dad you got to put a display of them anacondas down every time it goes.
That's you just got to show a couple where they got to look through them to find a good one. And you got to do it because if you only have one in the class at the Ohio National, you just skip over it. Because the Wyandotte, it don't have to be a Wyandotte meat, don't have to be a Wyandotte net. There's going to be 200 or 300 Wyandottes over there.
Yep, always. Same with coachings.
Coachings are going to be 200 of them, whether there's a meat or not, and there usually isn't. But that seems to be where we all land for that time of year. So you'll see a lot of them in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Kind of wild, ain't
it? Yeah.
Kind of wild how that happens. But yeah, same thing for any big show. In Knoxville, if you're going to show Old English, you know you're going to hit a big class. If you're going to show Wyandottes, if you're going to show coachings, anymore, if you're going to show Silkies, you know you're going to hit a big class. More times than not, moderns, but probably not as big as the Old English and the feather legs and the Wyandottes, especially in the roast comb clean-legged class. The Wyandottes, there seems to be more of those shown. So you're exactly right. But that's what you want, man. You want to get there and mix it up. You want to get in and mix it up with the people that have really good ones. And sometimes you win, and sometimes you lose, but you can always learn something just by mixing it up with the good ones.
That's the thing. Agree. Like them water malls.
Yep.
Them old water malls. That was when I figured out interesting breed. There we go. Interesting. That's an interesting breed. And now you go to shows and they're everywhere.
Yep, and it's funny because you say that. I can remember about before you were born, I was out in California. It was the first time I'd ever seen them, and I ended up getting them. So they are very interesting and unique features to them, and like your moderns, they're a very easy breed to keep, and they like the attention. Normally, it's come bite you, but
them D'Anvers.
They got that little D'Anver in them, and they're pretty feisty.
Yep, they can be feisty little boogers, but you're right. Case in point this year, of course, there's the qualifying meet, but the Wheaton Seramas, there was a bunch of Wheaton Seramas there, and they were really, they look like a Serama should look, and they show. You look. Yeah, I think it was a really good deal. You're right,
it's kind of, I guess I've been around that since they've been doing that for 20 years. So they've been trying to get the color right for 20 years. And Tim and that whole crew didn't give up. They kept going. And they presented them once and got turned down. And then they were going to, when they come back this time, they come back hells of fire because they were going to get them in there. And they were one of the very first colors they paid for to qualify. Blacks, whites, and Wheatons. So I was glad to see them finally get in there. I'd seen today we got our recommendations. So those and the Ermine Americanas and the Silver Appleyard Call Ducks, they all were passable. I guess we're giving it out, but the committee recommended that they go on. So
how about the blue? What is it? The blue quail
watermall? I think they have to go back to they're probably going to shoot me for telling all this on here, but I think they got to go a little while longer because they didn't have the consistency that the other people had. But you never know what. Right. The good thing is when the ABA, when the committee recommends that, then it's completely up to the board to up or down them. So we haven't done our board vote yet. So I'll have to say that we don't know for sure, but that's what I got on my preliminary reports. And then a good thing is Karen will be sending out later tonight, I believe, or tomorrow, the list of all the auction birds and what they brought. So we normally don't do that, but because so many people asked for that, we're going to publish it. So you'll find out what all those birds brought and all the books and pictures and
those Seabrights from what's his name, Tom and Jace Carey or whatever his name is.
No, he's not a Carey, but yeah, Jason.
Yes.
Jason. America.
He's
Or
probably
Sea
gonna
Brights
shoot me
USA.
too for calling him a carry. But that's the thing. They brought $1,000. I was whew.
That's a lot
And
of money
then,
for 3 little chickens,
yeah.
isn't it?
And the wind blows wrong. They probably gonna shoot me for this too. The wind blows wrong. Those little buggers pass away.
Well, let's hope not.
We can testify because we've tried to raise them. I can't tell you how many times, and I know we got birds from Tom and Craig Fields, and we took them back to them. We said, well, all we do is raise them to die. So you guys got the secret. So that's a tough breed to do, and I definitely would be scared to death if I paid $1,000 for them. They would be living in the bedroom.
And the topper was the pair of white silkies from Tony and Ben and I can never remember the other fellow's name.
Tony, Ben, and the other guy. He's getting so used to that now.
Sorry.
He's going to smack me.
Sorry, Tony, Ben, the other guy. Oh my Lord. But they brought just a little more than those than the Sea Brights. But again, thanks to all of them that did that.
We had
That was
several
an
pairs
amazing thing.
that beat the old record of 600. So
Yes.
White Saramas, Christian Diaz's a few years ago at Knoxville brought $600, and that was the top we ever sold anything for. But there were several other pairs I seen on that list that actually beat that record. So Mike did a good job rounding all the arm twists and all those breeders to get the birds there, and the Schilling picture brought 250. The old standard brought 200. The Karen's German pictures brought a decent price, and all that went well. So thanks everybody for supporting the auction. That helps keep your dues down. So we can use that money for other things. We don't have to pull from the general fund. And Mike will probably start hustling here about January for California to get some folks out that way to put our breeders auction together out there. So that's our next one. Maybe you'll get to go, Nate. After we talk real good to John to see if we can get you out to Lodi next.
Oh yeah, you can get on a plane, Dave. Oh man, I want to see you on the plane, brother. Come on.
No.
You go out there and say how they do it in California.
That's right. That's
in
right.
January, it's always warm.
It's warm. It's California in January. That's a nice thing.
It looked like your white Shanna Claire's brought some good money out there.
Yeah, you know why that was? Emily was over there running poor old Nate Reinish up, and finally he had somebody else go up and sign it, and then she laid off of him. But yeah, they brought a couple $100, and that's a good thing. And Nate's got some anyways. I've already set him up with them, so we look for more because I had the only 4 Chanticleers, and like you said, I entered 4, 2 cockerels, 2 pullets in the open show, and they was the only Chanticleers there in the Bantams. And I don't know, Mike, did you say big ones? I didn't see.
Yeah, there were some good. There were some.
There were some big.
Yeah, there were some big ones. There were some big ones. There were some big white ones.
There was a lot of.
Pay attention.
There was a lot of buffs in the junior show, but that was just buffs. There was no other colors. So yeah, they're coming on. It's like one of them oddball breeds that been at it a few years, and they're coming on.
That's what there was a lot of out in Canada. Some big Chanticleers, some partridge, some big class of partridge and white.
That's their home. Is that the big partridge there? In fact, I think there were more big partridge there than there was any other color. There's a lot of big partridge there.
I know both the Acton Fair and the West Niagara Fair, when I've judged them, there's always been a nice class of partridge, large fowl up there, and a few good big buffs. So you don't see the big buffs down here much, but they have a few of them up there. Greg Oates and a couple of those other ones, they keep them going.
That's what I seen when I was being your assistant clerk out there in AOCCL in the junior class. There were some buff bantams.
Yep. We had lots of buffs and lots of Cornish, a lot of dark Cornish. Yeah. So we had to really work to pick the top 5 Cornish, and they were all darks. Yeah. So
there was a couple whites, but there were some darks.
Cornish. Get it right.
Anthony Ashley would say that Cornish.
Cornish.
All right. Well, I got any questions for us, Nate? I think we about wrapped her up. I can't think of nothing else.
I don't have any questions for y'all.
Okay.
You have to save them for Knoxville.
Yeah.
Same
See
for
y'all for
Knoxville.
see y'all in Knoxville.
All righty.
You
Don't
can-
forget Rosier's Poultry Supply. Talked to Caitlin a little bit today. We got the Eagles Nest Facebook page up, so look for it. We put some of Mike's reels on there so that you can see what they're going on over at Eagles Nest Hatchery, and they're getting it ready to rip. I'm trying to think of what else. Caitlin,
I'm going over there this week if all goes right, and I will have some updated. I will have some updated videos up on how things are going at the hatchery. And again, thank you to Rozier Poultry Supply, Eagle Nest Hatchery, and don't forget that we are an affiliate. If you want to help support us, when you go to any of these videos that we have, there'll be a link for hatching time products. If you need a new incubator, brooder,
the
hatcher,
waters I love. I got those little
waters,
cup waters.
yeah,
Caitlin and Tim. So Tim took over when I give up my little side hustle on NutriDrench. Tim wanted me to mention. I told him I sold a lot of quarts and gallons. Well, evidently he sells a lot of pump bottles, not as much. So if you want NutriDrench in the big bottles, Tim has quarts and gallons. Brings them to the show. Just let him know so he can move those because it's a lot cheaper if you buy it. Mike knows too. We buy it by the quart and then we just refill our little pump bottle. But it's cheaper if you get it in the bigger bottles. So I wanted to say that. I forgot it the other day that we needed to pump up the sales on the big ones, and I think they will be. I don't think they're going to Knoxville. I'm not sure where they're next. Oh, Central Illinois is their next big show. I think that they'll be at, so you can catch them at Central Illinois and get your supplies.
I would think they'd be there since they live in Illinois, but you never can
Pretty
tell.
close.
Yeah, and also another little update on Eagle's Nest. The catalog and the website are nearing completion. They should be out. Hopefully, the first few days of December is the goal. For everybody that keeps asking, I've
I
answered that
stuck his
question a lot. So
Dustin's email to go directly is on the new Facebook page. Excuse me for banging the counter. Is on the Facebook page. So if you need to get any information, just email Dustin directly and he'll get back to you.
that's right.
All right, Nate. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
All right.
Thanks, Nate. Take care, man.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.